And here we go. They start with a donkey. There's pawns on the sides, very similar to the last map we had. The pawns there. Looks like they've got some forage bushes with not a lot of food on them. 62 food only. And then a boar in the middle. And some mouflons kind of nearby with 240 food on those mouflons. Wow. It's a lot of food. In terms of stone supply, looks like there's a lot of gold. There's a lot of stone in this center area. But other than that, not a lot of excess resources anywhere to be found. Except some horses that have a decent amount of food on them. And some boars, actually. Is that how you say it? The fuck is a mouflon? It's a mouflon, dude. Look, how would you say this? Mouflon? Mouflou? I don't know. I don't know how am I supposed to say that? Mouflon. Mouflon? Mouflon. Muffin? Muffler? I don't know, dude. The donkey is currently pushing in the mufflers. And we've got a lot of herdables already in this mill from Andy. Classicpro playing as Spanish, so he's going to want to think about maybe a castle and some conquistadors. Could go really hard on this map, but if he doesn't scout the water, it's going to be hard for him to get the food he needs. Beery lost power earlier? That's what I figured. No one scouted the water. Classicpro might be scouting this soon. If he sees that water, it's a big deal, but like, why would you go out there? Andy's not going to go out there either. The first person to find the water benefits so much from it. Because that's a lot of fish. You could get a fishing eco set up. And odds are your opponent won't know you're fishing. Huh. Huh. Donkey's still pushing in mouflons. I don't think that Classicpro knows you can push these in with a donkey. Actually, I don't think he's even found any. He's seen some here, and he's seen some over here, and that's it. It's HyperRandom, always worth exploring the map. Yeah, but you also have to keep your TC running, which means you need to use your scout to push in the food sources. Because there wasn't really a lot here from Andy. Wasn't really a lot from Classicpro either. So, like, scouting the map is important, but this guy is extremely slow. He's kind of dumb. And you kind of need food. Yo, Migzu, thank you for the 24 months, man. Oh, does Andy find this? He sees the water. Gotta check for fish now. Gotta check for fish. As soon as he sees a fish here, I think it's instant dockable. He's checking. 243. Dock. Doesn't even matter what else is in here. Dock. Villager already coming out. Perfect job from Andy scouting the corners. In HyperRandom, the most important areas that I've generally noticed is the middle area, which Classicpro is actually going to take Andy's boar because Andy didn't know it was there. The middle area and the corners. Fuck my life. Someone forgot to account for leap years in the system utility, and now I need to organize the manual review of 722 customers' insurance renewals to make sure we didn't overcharge. Good luck. Godspeed, dude. Classic. All right, so Andy is up to the feudal age. Andy's going to try and go for some pressure. Classicpro still doesn't know about the pawns. He has no idea whatsoever. He did steal that boar, though, and that's going to be enough for him to, I think, try and rip a fast castle here. He'll need more farms, however. And yeah, this is not fast castleable. Never mind. He doesn't have enough food. He doesn't have the fishing eco. He doesn't have anything. This is just a slower feudal. Insurance sucks until the moment you actually need it. Yeah. That's the whole idea, though. I've had insurance my whole adult life, and I've never had to use it. Not once. So, like, still sucks for me, dude. Speaking about healthcare insurance, no. I'm Canadian. I don't have to worry about that. I'm speaking about, like, my rental insurance and, like, my car insurance. Like, I pay $4,000 a year in car insurance. Crazy, dude. Wild. Never been in an accident. Can't get a lower rate than that. And if I drive without insurance, it's a minimum $5,000 fine. It's a racket, dude. It's a racket. All right, the donkey's gonna die. It's not. Run it away. Sheesh. MG Light, thank you for the gifted sub. To Dionma, appreciate it. All right, so we have archery range here from Classicpro. Stable archery range from Andy, but Andy has the fish. So Andy has a huge advantage already. He's going to take care of this snow leopard, which was somehow out in the pond. We don't know why. But Andy's got a massive advantage. And he knows now that Classicpro is not fishing because he sent his little donkey over here. He's even sending scouts over there. He's just going to make sure that Classicpro isn't fishing. And this is just a phenomenal position for Andy. Like, this is going to be so difficult for Classicpro. Classicpro has no idea the ponds exist. He has no idea he's so far behind on eco right now. And honestly, I think not seeing the farms, Classicpro is going to be thinking, okay, he can't possibly sustain production from this stable and this archery range. But he actually can. And he can keep villagers coming out because he's got all the fish. FYI, the title is outdated. Is it now? It is. Andy versus Classic Pro. Yeah, Classicpro is in a horrible position. Like, that's just way too many fish. It's going to have 13 soon. And Classicpro is simply farming. So it's going to be almost 1,000 extra res collected. No idea about the dock. No idea about the potential to dock if you're Classicpro. For all you know, this is just like a desert map. There's absolutely nothing here. And honestly, it is kind of a failure on Classicpro's side to not scout the corners, because the corners on HyperRandom are so important. He might be suspecting something because of the score difference, but he's kind of keeping up in score because he's placing so many farms. And they're adding to his score every time he finishes one. Something died top corner? Don't think so. Should Andy dock Classicpro's pond? That's an idea. It is definitely an idea. Oh, Classicpro's getting close. He's getting close. He might be able to see it, but Andy's over here with some scouts. Remember, it's just a long way to walk over here with a villager. You might run into wildlife. You might run into military. You never know. Okay, so Andy has these golds to fall back on. Classicpro is doing a good job controlling his main gold, but Andy is on the way to the Castle Age. And Classicpro still doesn't know about the pond, dude. Oh, he can't see it. Yeah, Sam didn't have a donkey. He had a pony, and it was Bill, okay? Wow, this has been open the whole time? Okay. Andy walls that off. He goes back to the gold over here. I think these golds... These would be a lot more consistent, right? Also, only has 1,000 food left over on this fish. Isn't Bill living with Bjorn now? What? Is that like some extended Bill tech that I didn't know about? That's some extended Bill lore? I had no idea what's happening. Castle Age on the way for Classicpro. Still not on the stone. So, he's got an impressive farming eco for sure. 18 on food, 18 on farms. But now 1,600 res collected behind total. And Shrivamsha's going to be a problem. Andy also going for a siege workshop forward. Really thinking about pressuring Classicpro's base. And Classicpro, honestly, doesn't have a lot of space to build here. If he wants a siege workshop of his own or something, like, where do you even place it? You place it here, maybe? Like, here? Here? It doesn't feel great, right? So he's going to have to get to Castle Age and then figure out some way to defend this. Also, his forward army, without that spearman around, 2 Shrivamshas can kill the whole thing. It's not really a threat anymore, is it? In terms of relics, since we are on standard victory, almost every single relic has spawned on Andy's side of the map. There's a relic over here, but then there's 3 at the back, and then another neutral one over on this side. Forward army cleared. Spearmen have discovered the forward siege workshop. So Classicpro, what do you do against this? It's going to be Spanish CA. Have Cav archers gone too far? That is the question we are now asking ourselves. Have Cav archers simply gone too far? Let's go, dude. Spanish CA against Shrivamsha Siege. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Spanish actually have good CA. They do. Yeah, they do. But still, is it really what you need in this situation? I'm not certain. Andy's setting up fish traps. Might be wise for Andy to just wall this off if he can. I don't think you actually can on this dark sand, though. Maybe not. Classicpro still doesn't know there's fish out there. Andy coming in now with an armored elephant. Looks like the monk is going to go down. The mangonel is going to go down as well. Classicpro did manage to snipe the mangonel from Andy, but now the Shrivamshas are in, man. This is ugly. This is really ugly, and he didn't kill the elephant either. Shrivamsha's doing work against the villagers. Kills a couple of them over here. He's going to get another one, too. And we look at the res collected. It's 3,000 ahead in terms of res collected for Andy. I think once this game is done and Classicpro looks at the map, there is going to be some words said like, oh, God. I didn't realize. I didn't know there was fish. Classicpro, if he assumes there's no fish, he still hasn't seen many farms, right? He hasn't seen any farms. He must think Andy is like super YOLO with this eco. He must think Andy is not producing villagers. 1 TC, full all-in push. He scouted the pond. He scouted a pond, yeah. Okay. So he did know, and now he's gonna know for sure that Andy had 21 fishing chips. Wow. So that's the first game for Andy. I didn't realize he scouted that. But it's very late. Very, very late. Yeah, Classicpro needs to go. He needs to go to the corners 100%. You always have to scout the corners on HyperRandom. Okay, Andy gets game number 1. Let's see what type of map we get this time around. So they're already into game number 2. It's going to be Britons for Classicpro, Cumans for Andy. Also, it feels bad losing with Spanish. Spanish is a really solid civ. Oh. Okay, I guess we just get Northern Isles or something? Some weird poo water in the center. 2 relics on... No, 3, 4 relics on this map? 5 relics? 5 relics on this map. Starting off with some geese. 149 food on the geese. Forage bushes, 83. Looks like they start with a fishing ship as well. And an outpost. And a Joan the Maid. These are not very strong units. They're enough to kill a villager, but 4 attack, 100 HP, not super strong, right? Boars have a decent amount of food. Trees are also random value. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Even the trees in these. Okay. So it used to be that the straggler trees were random value. So, like, if you see 243 wood on the straggler tree, you don't need a lumber camp to go for the dock. And Andy's already gone for the dock, right? Classicpro is going for it now. But it looks like all the trees are now random values. That's crazy. So, how much wood is actually on this map? 274k. That's nice. Yeah, this water is disgusting. Not a lot of fish out here, but there's enough to justify some water battles. Both players just kind of scouting around with their Jones. You could lure in the boars with your Joan, and then it'll heal up automatically. That could be the strat, right? This is what the water in my city skylines cities looks like. Have you been pooing into it? Wow, these mouflons, once again, 223 food on them. Yes? Well, are you winning? There's tech to get energy from poo. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I don't think they can research it in Dark Age. Anyway, Cumans versus Britons. Cumans with an early fish boom. Andy might be able to click up fast and then get that second TC down right away. We'll see what he can actually spot. He doesn't know about this boar still. Maybe he spotted it earlier and he saw it run away. He's going up for a house here. That actually kind of hurts him that he doesn't see this. That's 418 food. He could have 2 boars under the TC right now. He could be really, really gaming for food. Trying to go up to feudal age. Why is there 2 different fishing ships? Is this one different in any way? It's not. Huh. I don't know what's up with the 2 types of fishing ships. Maybe just because they spawned with one? Capture Age is thinking it's different? Antique fishing ship again? Antiquity fishing ship? Maybe it's different in the game? No. The same, dude. So Andy spotted the dock villager from Classicpro. He knows where it is. And Andy has not seen this boar either. He's pushing in the mouflon. He still has not seen the boar at all. He's trying to go up to Feudal Age, likely to get that second TC, but at the moment, it looks like Classicpro is actually going to be up faster than him. And Classicpro should probably investigate where Andy's dock is. Right now, he's just exploring the middle of the map. He's exploring his own island. He hasn't taken a look over at Andy's side at all. Mouflon? It's mouflon. There's an O. All right, Andy. You find the boar. He saw it. He saw it. Looking for extra fish. He's produced a lot of fishing chips here. He's got 7 of them. 6 plus the one he got early. And now he's looking for another dock spot. Maybe over here could be good. He's going to the corner of the map. Generally, the corner is better, because islands kind of curve in and you get more surface area of water to fish from. But this corner actually isn't that good in terms of fish. You can maybe gather like 4 or 5 relatively efficiently.
Ready.
Okay, Classicpro still not really finding Andy. He doesn't know he's over here. He's on the way to the Feudal Age. Andy's going to get there first, and I would suspect second town center from Andy immediately. Maybe on the berries and on the wood. I mean, there's only 83 food on those berries, but that could help. Maybe over here on the mouflons. Over here on the woodline. Okay. How much gold is actually on this map? Is there a lot? This gold mine has a ton, but it's very far away. This one's also got a ton. Does Andy have a 4-tile like that? It's got a 2-tile of that. And then he's got this one. Okay. It's Mouflem? Yeah. How to say Mouflon? I see?
Mouflon.
Mouflon. That's what I've been saying. Mouflon. I've been saying it the whole time. Fuck you, David? What are you talking about, dude? Why are you so up in arms? Mouflon. That's what I've been saying the whole time. It's French, so you need a French accent. Ah, Mouflon. Alright, so a couple galleys here from Andy. Castle Age already on the way for Classicpro. I think we might see a super boom from Classicpro. At least 2 more TCs. At least 2 more TCs. Scouts also coming out from Andy. So he wants to keep the pressure forward on Classicpro while he booms up in the Feudal Age here. Classicpro is coming forward. This could be a really nice TC right here, or maybe even on the stone. This one's probably really good, right? These mouflons are quite high on food content. 153 food on them. Get a TC on the woodline and on them. That's beautiful. TC here, TC over here. Andy already has the 2 TCs, and you look at the eco count, 46 against 29. He also added more fish earlier, right? Even if they're inefficient, they're very, very valuable. And Andy, once again, is ahead on the res collected. It's about to get really aggressive in terms of the res collected difference as the villager advantage starts to catch up. This game is so passive. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of far away from each other, right? They can't really do much early. Looks like Classicpro got the hill. She's stabbing her in the ankles. She's stabbing her in the throat. I mean, like, there is a difference here. I like the way the arm comes back when they stab. Look at it. Huh. 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 Little dramatic. One night. Make it 2, actually, from Classicpro. And a villager coming forward from Classicpro as well. So maybe think about a little bit of an earlier siege push against Andy. Andy's now 600 res collected ahead as he's on the way to the Castle Age. So fishing ships, villager advantage, now starting to show for Andy. As Classicpro just tries to catch up. And Andy swoops around this way. With some galleys and a fire galley, too. He might be going after the fish from Classicpro. There's not much fish left to take. But still, it'd be really nice if he could take that out early. 2 relics already for Classicpro. Remember, it is standard victories. So, theoretically, if you get all 5 relics here, the countdown begins. But 2 of those relics are in Andy's base. Probably not attainable. Andy's still tracking these knights, or attempting to track the knights, rather. And still just kind of wandering around with the scouts, too. More monks coming out from Classicpro, too. That's interesting with Britons. Why would he be making 3 monks? Yeah, I guess maybe he's worried about knights or step lancers coming in real quick. He did see the scouts. Maybe just because he's floating gold. Maybe that's it. Who knows? Andy, pushing around on the side. Gonna kill the fishing ships. And still no forward siege workshop or anything here for Classicpro. What is this villager for? A forward dock, potentially? He is gonna try and kill that villager from Andy, but he's not gonna get it. Still has the Joan, fully healed now, over on this side. And now the villager runs into a wolf, and the villager's going to reveal itself if he's not careful. Andy can't see this villager. He didn't see it, so he doesn't know. Yo, Lorhe, thank you for the 43 months, bro.
FreakinAndy.
And now it's Andy's turn to go for a forward siege workshop. Okay. Still don't know what this villager was about. I guess it's for a forward dock. That's going to be discovered right away by Andy. I mean, at this point, are the fish even that valuable? He's getting his farm set up, right? They're going so far for the fish. I don't know. Nice little relic denial here from Andy. He stops that monk bringing in the relic with the scouts. In terms of villager count, Classicpro is actually now ahead. He's got 60 versus the 54 from Andy, but in terms of res collected, Andy is still in the lead. Just cumin things. First archer range here for Classicpro. 3rd TC for Andy, and no ships in defense yet for Andy. Maybe he doesn't realize. Sends the step lancers over, and he's going to kill the villager. She walked all the way over here for 1 dock. Monastery goes up here from Andy. The knight finds the villagers, so he's got to be careful there. And it's a 4th TC from Classicpro, and Andy decides not to go in on that. Probably a wise decision, right? These scouts are not very strong at all. Can't deny the TC. Don't want to lose the scouts. Probably smart. All right, so humans versus Britons. Like, Britons are definitely the better civ in terms of composition late game. But it's going to take a while for Classicpro to get the army that he wants. Like, he only just started queuing up crossbows now. Or getting the crossbow research and queuing up archers. And Andy already has 3 mangonels with some scouts, with a few step lancers as well. He's got spearmen on the way. He's got some monks coming out too. Looks like he's killing this knight here from Classicpro with no opposition. Also, defending his fish on the water too. So Classicpro has some work cut out for him, for sure. Doesn't have a lot of stone in the bank for a defensive castle. Doesn't have a siege workshop of his own yet. Just going into crossbows. And that is a horrific place for a siege workshop. That is really, really bad. You want the siege workshop to be somewhere that can support your whole base. That one can only support this TC. And only for a limited time. And only if Andy doesn't push him with the step lancers. He's somehow caught up in Vills. Well, I mean, he made 3 TCs once he got to Castle H, right? So he should be able to catch up. Andy looking for a way in. Classicpro searching for a way to defend. One mangonel from the weird siege workshop. This TC's going to tank a lot of damage. He's going to spend a lot of wood repairing this as well. All of this pressure is very good for Andy. And he's got step lancers to come over here and maybe make their way in, right? I don't think Classicpro has fully walled this. He hasn't. If these vills ever overchop, really big problems. Classicpro has to keep all of his attention fixed on this side. The step lancers can run in and just kill vills for free. Does it cost less wood to repair Britain DC? I don't think it does. Maybe, though. I don't know. Oh, Step Lancer's already getting good damage. Not a raid that Classicpro wants to see. So many villagers killed there by just that tiny little raid. However, on the other side, Classicpro looks like he's killed all 3 mangonels from Andy. So it was actually Andy that was the one that was distracted. Step Lancers come in. Kill another villager. Eco KD 13-4 in favor of Andy. 88 villagers to 94. Andy still has 10 fishing chips, though. +2 armor on the way for Andy. He's still looking for damage with these Step Lancers. Looks like he lost a few under the TC. Slam is relegated from TTL. RIP. RIP, dude. That kind of sucks. Andy also clearing the stock over here. Nice. It's Bullet's fault? Might be. Probably. Classicpro's done well to push this away. He did take losses there. Like, he did take villager losses. And it's still going to be really tough for him. But he's done very well to clear up those mangonels. And we're looking at his stone count. Like, he's got enough stone to drop a castle soon. And no, he sold. He sold the stone. He's going up to him. He's going up to Imp first. Still has 11 on stone. So definitely thinking about a castle somewhere. Probably defensive. I think forward is probably a risk against these Step Lancers. But Imperial Age is going to be big for him. Andy, just investing in Castle Age. Knights on the way. Step Lancers already here. If Classicpro loses this army before he gets to Imp, it's going to be big trouble for him, I think. Andy attempts to go for another TC over here. That's at least 3 dead vills. He pulls the other villagers away. He's trying to trap these crossbows. But Classicpro has the extra range with Britons. And he's sniping the cavalry, and Andy backs up. And he backed up, dude. Oh, if Andy could kill this, it would be so huge. Andy's not producing units at the moment. He's going out for that TC. He's trying to catch up with these crossbows. Just needs to get around on the other side of them. Step Lancers are going to be better here than Knights. Especially if the crossbows stick into that little cubby hole, which they've done. The Step Lancers are going to be so much better than Knights here. Classicpro still has crossbows alive, but all of that army is going to die. And he should have left his Step Lancer over there, probably. Step Lancer's now coming back this way. Castle in the center. Classicpro goes for a castle over here. The water is still going to matter here because Classicpro is setting up basically on this water terrain. And demos or galleys or whatever could make a difference. Andy clicks up to Imperial H. He's kept himself safe. He's cleared the army somewhat. Looks like he'll finally take care of this. Castle could be more forward. No, I think this is fine. Yeah, this is too far forward, if anything. That castle's denied. Classicpro now in imp. 9 range on these crossbows. Really, really tough to take out. Like I said before, like if the Britons get late game, their composition is better than the Cumans. If you can focus the fights in one area. If it's all spread out everywhere, then the Cumans are probably better. Another castle over here. That's a good castle from Andy. He still hasn't deleted this foundation either. No Trebs yet from Classicpro. As he comes forward with Vils, he's going to try and get a castle over here. Is this Andy's Mangonel? This is Andy's Mangonel. Doesn't notice it, though. Too busy with this. Pikemen and crossbows inside of his base. Halberdier tech on the way from Classicpro. This castle from Andy will never be built at this rate because the castle is going to go up from Classicpro. The Mangonel goes down as well. And that's 2 relics in that monastery, too. I mean, Classicpro might get the relic victory. I think those are both the relics from Andy's base that I said wouldn't be possible. And it's a ballsy castle from Classicpro. And why not? Why not? He's controlling this area. He's got control over the middle. He's already got a defensive castle of his own. Working away on the monastery. Might grab the relics here. Andy goes for a desperation defensive castle as he tries to get Cavalier. But is Cavalier really going to stop this? If Classicpro goes for one wall here, which he does... Maybe it will. Maybe it will. There were knights inside the stable. Andy ejects. He's going to try and deny this castle. The castle is at 85%. I think that castle may be denied. It's at 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. 95% the castle gets denied. It was too ballsy, if anything. Andy denies the castle. Andy ejected, Classicpro dejected. Exactly. Did my boy Kingston win? He didn't play today. Tree messed up. Adam. He plays on Monday, I guess. Remember, Tree's wrong a lot. Barracks on the way. Cavalier are going to get in and get some good raids. The relics are going to pop out here, and then Classicpro can grab them and get the relic victory. If he realizes they're there. It'll probably take him a while to realize that. This castle still... Foundation is still up. 95%. I'm looking for the monks in the queue here from Classicpro. He's just making longbows. Longbows, Treb, Halp. And another castle over here to take advantage of all of that gold. That's almost 8,000 gold. Right? 5,500 stone. There's a lot of res over here. That's a really great castle from Classicpro. Both these castles within range, too. From Andy. More Halbs on the way from Classicpro. He's dealing with this raid from Andy. Andy trying to go for another TC. Andy's just booming, man. Andy is absolutely just booming right now. Booming into what? Dunno. Dunno. Siege Ram? Paladin? I don't know. Andy's moving over here now. Is it another TC on this side? It could be. We never know. He calls the GG. That's a shame, dude. Classicpro could have got the relic victory. Damn. Good play from Classicpro, though. Andy had a really good position, and then he lost. When he came in for that huge raid with the Step Lancers, he probably should have pulled back his mangonels at the same time. You only have so much attention you could pay to the game, right? So when he was doing this raid, he lost all 3 mangonels, and then Classicpro could come out on this side. Yeah, what string are you pulling, Hoyo? Yeah, it looks like Beery and Valessa are also playing right now. My boy Slam is getting beat 2-0 at the moment. Rip. Look at this first-time chatter in T90's chat. I'm sorry, man, but at 32, your best days are gone. Not gonna lie. What a fucking... What a fucking loser that guy is. Holy shit. Ban him? I'm actually tempted, dude. What a fucking loser that guy is. One day timeout. It's in T90's chat. I don't do any mod actions there because they take modding super seriously over there. So like I could abuse the fuck out of that. Like I could see how long it takes T90 to unmod me. It would be a lot, dude. I feel like it would be a lot. But I want to respect that, you know? He doesn't come over here and start banning people. If he did, it would be funny. But he doesn't do that. I get timed out for talking in Spanish in some Twitch chats. Well, yeah, I mean, if the primary language is English, you should get timed out. I mean, if you speak Spanish once and you're asked to stop speaking Spanish and you keep speaking it, that's 100% timeout. Like, you get timed out here for doing that. That's just a dumb thing to do, you know? All right. Looks like we got a siege workshop start. Random islands on the sides. What on earth is this? And more water in the middle. So lots of food on the fish. Starting with a pavilion. They still build 2 houses because it's the muscle memory. Classicpro is playing as Celts. And FreakinAndy is playing as Burmese. And they start with a siege workshop. Hell yes. Also, it looks like only 4 relics on this map, too. And they also start with an Eastern Swordsman. This guy looks like Baldwin from Kingdom of Heaven. The leper. See how much food is on these pigs. 251, 70 on that one, 72 on this one. Oh boy. You got to find this pig over here, Classicpro, and it looks like he has. Perfect. This is the one that's going to keep your eco rolling because there's not a lot of food otherwise. Fruit bush, only 92 on that. So 828 food total from all these bushes. Got to get out to the fish as soon as you can, I think. Hope that you have enough food until your fishing kicks in. Luckily, he is playing his Celts. He's going to collect wood a little bit faster. He's going to get the fishing ships potentially faster than Andy can. I don't like this tag, Oni. Makes me think of like Oni-chan Andy. Andy-chan. Andy is a freak, so it makes sense. Wow, okay. Not a lot of food on these pigs, TBH. TBH. 7 herdables, 489 food. Not a lot. Has Andy found this one? Surely he has, yeah. And that's the one with less food on it. So he's taking the one with 500 or something, 400 first. I think if you're Andy, you either want to force this into a water battle, or you want to get to Castle Age as quickly as you can and get some monks on the field. In this Civ matchup, Celts have worse monks, but they have better siege than Burmese. Oni in the streets, Uwu in the sheets. Huh? Nice walls here from Classicpro. This is a strong unit to have in Dark Age. Can easily kill villagers, especially without Loom. So if you started with one, it means your opponent starts with one, which means that you need to really, really think about pre-walling your villagers in on the wood line. Andy hasn't done that. So Andy could get punished here. Classicpro should see the pavilion. Can't build one of those, so he should know that the TC is like right here. And he's going to avoid that. Perfect. Now let's see the uptimes. That'll tell us a lot, right? Do they both want to go for water? Or does one of them want to use this siege workshop for something nefarious? You could always like load up some mangonels in a transport ship and bring it to the other side. Uh-oh. Brother, you can't fight that. Sorry, Andy. You can't fight that. This guy takes his place, and he body blocked him long enough to get the villager away. Andy will survive with both vills. That was sick. Really nice. He distracted him, dude. He made him think he wanted to fight it, but he didn't actually want to fight it. Both players on the way up to Feudal Age now, so it will be a water contest of some kind. Andy might think about a forward dock over here. He's also on the prowl with his Eastern Swordsman. Gotta be careful. This thing will break the lumber camp quite quick. It'll definitely break a palisade quite quick. And Classicpro's got to keep his eye on this, man. He can't let this thing in. There we go. Meanwhile, Classicpro also looking for some damage. Andy still hasn't walled this lumber camp. Like, bruh. He's trying to quick wall this thing in, but he's going to lose at least a villager. He might lose another one, too. And this is just like idle time that he doesn't need, right? He's trying to clear up this swordsman. Classicpro is now full committed. And Andy actually only loses one vill for that. So maybe at the end of the day, that's worth. Because we can still see how annoying it is for Classicpro that Andy has this thing alive. Just the ability to run around and you have to pre-wall everything. And like if you're not looking, you might lose 4 vills. It's really, really dangerous. Andy did come forward with that villager, by the way. It's a forward dock from him. Great play there. I don't think Classicpro sees that. Definitely doesn't. Might find it on the way over to Andy's base, though. Now, Andy got the wood upgrade for free with Burmese, which is great. That's why he has more food in the bank than Classicpro. But Classicpro has had that extra wood gathering for a long time. Can you explain the nuances between an Eastern and Western swordsman? So an Eastern swordsman dresses on the west, and a Western swordsman dresses on the east. I know, it seems backward. And if you're wondering what dresses means, it's a polite way to say which way... Okay, how do I explain this? So... A man's... A man's happy stick can be more comfortable on one side of a pair of pants or trousers or whatever than the other one. So as a tailor, you ask... Which side do you dress on? Team left side? Team left side rise up, yeah. Fire ships are here. We have fire galley from Andy. He's only got one forward here, like, he's gone for scouts. And the archers are coming across from Classicpro, and I think Andy missed that completely. The scouts are in, though. The scouts are in, though, and he's got the Eastern swordsman still. And this is a problem for Classicpro. Because suddenly, there's a unit that can break the walls quite quick. Classicpro's going to wall up his wood line. It's not the greatest wood line here at all. All these trees only have 75 wood on them, so he's going to be chopping through this quite quickly. The archers are not forward to help him defend. Or, sorry, not at home to help him defend. They're forward instead. This wood line is not great for Andy either. He might need to move over here. He's got the full walls up. Finding a good position behind the dock so it's tanking most of the fire damage. He's going to take out this fire ship. And he's actually going for a forward market. Meanwhile, Eastern Swordsman still trying to do damage. Scouts still being annoying here against Classicpro. Metal Face, thank you for the 18 months, bro. Appreciate it. And the archers haven't found any damage, so
we are
far,
too late for the coat hanger on the second child.
Pretty good opening here from Andy. He still has 7 fishing ships alive, even with all the water pressure from Classicpro. I do like the fact that Classicpro's kind of got this demo hanging out back here. Like, he knows eventually those are going to eject. He can do some serious damage. Where is our Eastern boy? It's over here. Scouts are dead. Good quick walls there from Classicpro. Andy now, big military production on the water. He does try and clear up the archers. Doesn't quite get that last one. Buying some food now, so maybe thinking about Castle Age. But it's actually Classicpro that's probably going to click up first. Guys, what happened to the Kingler Super Kaiser run? I went to Koga because I couldn't find a good Pokemon, and I was looking for the Surfmon. We lost against Koga. And there wasn't a good Pokemon in Safari Zone anyway. But don't worry, 20 seeds later, we're back at Safari. And I will continue that run at a different stream. We got a Blaziken there. At the speed of light. Literally. So fast. So hopefully this time we have some better options. You mean after this game? No, definitely not after this game. All right, Eastern Swordsman clears up the Archer. Castle Age way faster for Classicpro. And remember, he started with a Siege Workshop. I think Classicpro should hop in a transport ship with the Siege and just show up, dude. Just show up. Like, one mangonel, bro. You know? Bloop. And then you start killing villas. How much you want to bet that one of these guys forgets they started with a Siege Workshop and will try and build a Siege Workshop? I honestly think they might. And he's done a great job keeping this stock alive. He's a minute and 30 away from Castle Age. Crossbow once more here from Classicpro. And the rewalls are coming up from Andy. Man, these trees with only like 75 wood on them are brutal. You chop through these wood lines, it feels like so quickly. And Andy is now looking for other wood areas because this wood line is disappearing really, really quickly. And he's actually going for stone walls behind here. He's really desperate to keep this stuff out. Second and third TC now coming up from Classicpro. Classicpro actually has more res collected with less eco. Andy's eco has not been very efficient at all, and now Andy's losing vills, man. 3 villagers down already. Didn't get the wall up, so the crossbows can get through here quick. Actually curious why he has so much more res collected. Looks like Andy's had a lot more moving eco than Classicpro. There's also, obviously, the Celt Wood bonus. But usually it doesn't show itself that much when you're actually behind an eco for most of the game. Alright, farm's coming up from Classicpro. Pressure's still on here. Woodlines are still a problem for Andy, and he did remember that he had a Siege Workshop. So he's made a Scorpion. Should be able to, you know, stop this army from coming in here. He's also making some knights, too. And going for a monastery. Yo, Kristen, thank you for the raid. Everyone, welcome in. We are doing Classicpro versus Andy on Masters of HyperRandom 2. If you're unfamiliar with HyperRandom, the generations are random. And the resource values are also random. So, for example, this gold has 316 gold on it only. These trees have 92 wood on them. This bush has 79 wood on it. We've had 2 good games so far. On this game, we started with a Siege Workshop for each player. And an Eastern Swordsman, which unfortunately are both now deceased and swordsmen. Wait a second, actually. He's still alive. We can still see him. I tried to say deceased swordsman. It almost worked. Now he's dead. Now he's dead. Knights here from Andy, clearing up the crossbows from Classicpro. And that's nice. Classicpro has no crossbows on the field, but he did get the third town center up way faster than Andy. So when we look at the eco, 57 villas for Classicpro, 44 for Andy. He does still have the 9 fishing ships. But at the moment, looks like Classicpro's got the better eco, even if he is lacking most of the military. He's still contesting on water, too. Dave equals Nilly confirmed? Nope. Nope. No. And, oh, what a sneaky little forward dock position from Classicpro, too. Double dock over here. Andy does see both of them. With fire ships coming out there, Andy needs to relocate his fish. He needs to be a little bit sneaky with the fish, and he's actually made a dock here. That might be the best spot. That might be the last spot that Classicpro checks in the center of the map. Knights come forward. Siege also here to support a little bit. And the sneaky docks are extremely annoying. Now, welcome in, everyone. Thanks, Tristan, for the raid. I saw Slammer Jammer was losing. Did he win the final game? It was a sad day for Canada, and therefore the world. Where the fish is going? The fishes are going here. No? I also saw the one guy in Tristan's chat when I go to... Okay. I went to go check up on the game. Okay? And I went to Tristan's chat for 1 second, and there was a first-time chatter, and he said... At 32 years old, your best days are behind you, not gonna lie. And I felt that, dude. I got one guy in a different chat from a first-time chatter. I absolutely felt that, man. And it was just the barest amount of restraint that held me back from permabanning that guy from T90's chat. I'm 33 and I got many good days ahead still. Well, don't talk to that guy, because the prognosis is not good, brother. 4th TC from Classicpro. No military. 1 monk with Celts. And there's a forward monastery, and there's forward siege, like Classicpro. I don't want to alarm you or anything. I know you had the siege workshop from the beginning so you can make defensive magnails, but you might need to start thinking about maybe a little bit more army here. Because suddenly we have Andy with monks and Burmese. Andy's on stone, thinking about a forward castle. Classicpro, to be fair, is also on stone. Maybe think about a defensive one. He's not wrong, though. He's extremely wrong. He's aggressively wrong. What he meant to say is at 32, your best days are well behind you. Fervor on the way for Andy. Defensive castle over here on the hill. For Classicpro. He just converted his range. He does have the range now. It doesn't really... You can't really tell from a distance because it's orange versus yellow, but he does have it. And now he's even getting... Man... He's getting atonement. So he's banking on the fact that Classicpro is going to have some monks of his own, even with Celts. He's still converting the buildings and looking for a place to put the castle. Did he just kill his own castle? No, he sold the stone. He sold the stone. He had the stone, and now he's selling it so he can go up to Imp and get the monk upgrades. Maybe get another forward castle with some trebs. Andy has just read that Classicpro will be stuck here in Castle Age a little bit longer, that he can afford to hang out in this position. He sells the stone so he can afford Imperial Age. And then make a castle and start trebbing him down with his imp advantage. Can we change the colors? No. Sorry. Light Cav coming in here for Classicpro. No upgrades on them. No bloodlines available. No armor. No forging. I think he might have bloodlines, though. Or husbandry. He does have husbandry. As we have a castle coming forward from Andy. Oh my god, that castle is on all this farming eco. It's on 2 TCs. There's 2 golds here as well that he's shutting down. And that is actually a lot of gold over there, by the way. This is 5,000 gold he's shutting down. If he actually builds all this castle with all the villagers. Woad Raiders now coming out. Andy defending with some fire, so he gets a little bit of chip damage. That's not going to kill the Woads, but maybe this TC can go up and he can defend himself with it. Or maybe he'll notice and quick wall in time. Doesn't look like it at the moment. TC is at 77%. Woads just come right into the eco. Meanwhile, over here, defensive castle goes up from Classicpro because Andy wasn't making it with all the villagers. Oh my god, dude. He's still going to get it up. But that is just some losses that you do not need to take. The villagers were extremely confused. We still have Imperial Age coming in for Andy, but that was a great defensive castle to place from Classicpro. Definitely a mistake from Andy to not make it with all the villagers. And Classic Pro still has a little bit of gold remaining for the foreseeable future in this one and this one over here. So he's still in an okay position. 112 villagers. He's raiding with the woads as well. He's got the light cav in here too. I think Classic Pro might have done enough. Obviously, you hate to be against Andy with monks with imp upgrades, but 70 villagers against 113 with double castle from Classic Pro and the woads to clear up the siege. Andy just has to pay attention to too many things in too many places at the moment. He's going to try and convert the woads. Classic Pro trying to come in for this treb. And the woads are now Andy's. So they're Classic Pro's problem now. Andy's slowly building up his army of shirtless men. This looks like a street ball game, dude. We got skins, and then we got the old bald guy that used to play basketball in college. Thinks he still got it. That dude is about to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Driven by the light cav. They come in and they snipe all 5 of them. Damn, dude. Andy just lost his monks. He did take out this castle, though, and that is the imp TC. If only Andy went after this TC, dude. Oh, man. Only he went after this TC. He went after the wrong one. It was about to go down. Imperial Age is going to come in, but it's only one castle for Classic Pro. Town Center will eventually die. Another TC back here for Classic Pro. Andy's eco. This is it. That's it. Plus the stone villagers here. He moves the trebs further forward. Important to note that Classic Pro does not have any stone coming in at the moment. He's got a second castle back here. But as far as like stone collection, it's just not happening. Fortunately for him, Andy is selling stone, which should make the price a little bit more reasonable. But Classic Pro just ran out. Classic Pro just ran out of stone. It's a good push from Andy. Remember, he was like 40 eco behind. And Classic Pro is forced to go into capped ram to try and push this back. Capped ram could be really sick. Right now, there's really nothing that can counter that from Andy. Aaron Baidu pierce damage. The monks have to get right beside the ram to convert it. He's got one woad that won't do a ton of damage. Monks can convert the rams. They have to stand right beside them, though. And there's kind of a castle here, and there's kind of a TC over here. It's going to be tough. Rams are coming in. Rams are coming in. Classic Pro runs out of stone. He's going to give up that castle. The Rams are coming for the trebs. Remember, this is Andy's blacksmith because he converted it earlier. Some trebs may die, but it looks like Andy is going to end up converting some rams as well. He's got all 3 of them targeted for conversions. That's 2 rams already taking out a treb. They take out another one. I think that's 3 trebs total dead, and 2 of the rams are converted. However, there's still one alive. There's still one alive. And 2 more trebs go down. That's 5 trebuchets dead from Andy. Oh, boy. Meanwhile, nothing going on over there except this wolf. This thing is going crazy. His Classic Pro behind Andy's base. He had sneak docks here earlier. The question right now for me is, can Classic Pro collect gold? He's got 2 relics, and that's it. This gold is still locked down by this castle. The pikemen are going to help clear up some stuff, for sure. And the trebs are going to clear up the castle as well. So Classic Pro will have access to gold. relatively soon. I don't think conscription completes either, which will be a bummer for Andy. And Classic Pro is going back on water. Wow. I think Classic Pro wins this game. It was a nice attempt from Andy there. And he's taken a lot of the stone from Classic Pro's side, but I think Classic Pro's got the better setup now. Shipwright on the way. Already has the pikeman on the field. Making the switch to water a little bit sooner than Andy is, as Andy goes for galleon. The wall is actually good, though. Like, the wall is desperation for sure, but it's actually good. Last thing you want is those pikemen just wandering around back here. Classic Pro also fixing his eco. Lots of farms. Lots of farms abandoned, but also lots of new ones. The one bad thing here for Classic Pro, potentially, is that Burmese do get bracer for their galleons. And galleons are obviously the better naval unit in a big mass than just the fast fires or whatever Classic Pro wants to do. I don't even know if Celts get fast fire. They don't. So it's going to be galleons for the Celts without bracer. Kind of brutal. Prediction for FreakinAndy versus T90 and Walhalla qualifier, 3-0. That's all I'm going to say. 3-0. 67 on food now for Classic Pro. That's insane. 67 on food for him. And he's going Navy. My guy. You need a few more on wood, maybe. I don't know. Classic Pro would be better off going heavy score. Good demo there from Andy. Andy's pulling this back. Another castle over here from Andy. Remember, he did take a lot of stone from Classic Pro's side, so I'm not sure how much is left. And he was faster to switch in the galleons. And galleons are better from the Burmese than they are from the Celts. However, Classic Pro does have shipwright, which I'm not certain if Andy can get. Andy can't actually get shipwright. Fortified wall now coming out from Andy. So, would you guys rather have galleons with bracer or galleons with shipwright? Oh, wait a second. Hang on a second. What just happened? Let's go back. Let's go back. What just happened there? Castle Foundation was coming in from Classic Pro. And the demo saw it. And it blows it up. And suddenly Classic Pro doesn't have any stone. He doesn't have any stone. And Andy's still got the monks to convert the ships from Classic Pro. Andy might push this back. He's got demos. He's got a lot of demos in the queue. He went fortified wall to protect against the Trebs. Classic Pro still doesn't really have an army. Even if he batters through here, like, it doesn't really have an army to send in. He's only got the Trebs and he's got like one siege ram. Andy's eco is still a disaster. We don't talk about this. Talk about something else. Because that one sucks. Docks over here from Andy. There's not a ton of wood because all these trees are 70 wood. Like 57 wood, 70 wood, or whatever. But there is some resources up here as well. So, I'm not certain if the players notice that. They do see... Classic Pro barely sees some land. Andy actually sees the islands. They might go out there. Andy is winning? I agree. I think Classic Pro didn't do enough there. How much wood is left on the map? 93k. Not a ton. Isn't Andy on the North Island? No, those are wolves. And one pig. Classic Pro has found the docks over here. It's not going to do him much good. He still has these docks back here, so actually could kill the cannon galleons coming out from Andy, which would be unfortunate. Elite cannon galleon now on the way from Andy. The Trebs have been going insane for Classic Pro. Kind of holding this position, and he's actually in with some Woad Raiders now because he's transporting them across. He is transporting the Woad Raiders in, and suddenly Andy has to wall off the shoreline. Castle is nice for Andy. It's getting a lot of kills here. But still, some of those Woad Raiders are going to sneak through, and they're going to be really, really brutal. Barracks now on the way from Classic Pro. He brought some villagers along with the Woad Raiders. Another castle over here from Andy. We might see murder holes come in. Could be a really useful tech here for him. Still has demos. Cannon galleons still being cleared by random fires. If this thing dies, I'm going to be so sad. It didn't. It survived. Let's go. Looks like another cannon galleon died over here to these guys, though. And the whole gold economy from Andy just got wiped. Damn. Just got wiped by those Woads. There's 330 gold left over there. Villagers now coming out for the Trebs as well. Guilds on the way for Andy. That's a great technology. And the converted Woads are going crazy too. So finally the Trebs die. It looks like Classic Pro, there's actually where the Trebs from over here. He packed them up and sent them over. I'm not certain that like this push here from Classic Pro is the best idea. Just random forward barracks for pikemen? Also, Classic Pro trying to get guilds, but Andy actually beat him to the market, and Classic Pro sold food before guilds came in. Gold is definitely going to be the story of this late game here. And even getting crop rotation. He senses this might be a res battle. We need Wonder Victory. It is possible. It is possible. This is on standard victory. A Wonder could be the play. It could be the... Especially if you control water. Imagine controlling water and then making a Wonder like over here. Could never get to you, dude. Demos! Nice demos. Big demos here from Andy. Those are really, really nice. Classic Pro continues to build forward buildings. Continues to take a look around here. However, he's not controlling the middle. And the middle water is just going to give you so much map control. Villagers working away on the Treb, but the monk converts it first. Your Treb is now my Treb. And he takes it over. I think Classic Pro is starting to run out of ideas. He's got 180 pop. But it's like, for what? You're in a water battle with Celts. And you have no gold. Is it a Hussar angle? He's still streaming Halbs in here, by the way. And they're just dying one by one. His Rams now being taken out. His Navy never got a chance to really fight altogether. The score is switching back and forth, but Andy is now on top. There's no gold, man. Classic Pro is selling a lot of food for gold. We can check the prices right now. I mean, it's bare bones. Both players have guilds. Classic Pro manages to have 1,000 gold in the bank, but Andy has enough gold to get the second armor upgrade. He's already got an elite cannon galleon, and he's going for light cav now. So he's thinking light cav or Hussar spam. And Classic Pro has 7 military. It's not enough. And these docks are even going to be converted now. I can see it targeted. I don't know where the monk is, but he's coming over soon. How many conversions has Andy made? I don't think we can see it here, right? We have to go in. 41. I don't think there's a way that Andy loses this game, right? Classic Pro is over here now. He's started to chop the wood. Like, Andy already realizes the resource win condition for Classic Pro. He's already gotten crop rotation. Classic Pro is building up a navy behind here, and he does have shipwright, so maybe that's the way he wins. He builds up like a sneaky navy. He sells more resources, grabs this wood sooner, and then his ships are just cheaper than Andy's, potentially. I mean, he's losing a lot of access to wood control on the front here. It's tough. Classic Pro wins this. Okay. Who do you guys think is going to win? I think it's still Andy. But, I mean, Classic Pro is doing the right things. Because his only win condition, I don't think it's land. Andy? No idea? Andy? Okay. I think Classic Pro has to win via shipwright. But now this is a struggle. Because Andy is here with land military. This does mean that it's less population space Andy can put into his own navy. Classic Pro advancing on this side. Andy, don't know if he saw that or if he just backed up. But he's going to see it now. And he backs away. Cannon galleons move forward, though. What on earth is that? Oh, he gave him some charity. He felt bad for him. He gave him some charity, dude. All 4 cannon galleons just move into the enemy navy for whatever reason. We're not sure why. At the same time, though, the Hussars are all over the place. Even if Classic Pro wins the water, he's going to lose a lot on land. He's going to lose a lot on land. And we look at the resource bank for both players. 5,000 wood in the bank for Andy. 2,000 food, right? Not the same for Classic Pro. Demos in the queue. Demos in the queue from Andy. Classic Pro feels like he needs to take this fight. He's being pulled into this engagement. No heavy demo here for the Burmese. The demos are behind. More demos are going to come out here. And Classic Pro actually snipes that down before it can hit, but he forgot about these once the demos are coming in. Boom, boom, boom! Nice job from Andy. Beautiful job. Still 42 ships here from Classic Pro, but it's a really wonderful engagement for Andy, and more demos are coming out. I know they're not heavy demos, but they're still doing damage. Andy kind of getting hit over here. Kind of being pushed back over here by the Helms, but the Hussars still killing villagers. Eco KD 95 to 96. And Andy is actually switching into champion line. Looks like he got a lot of conversions here on the Helms too. So really nice stuff from Andy. Converting the Helms actually swung that fight into his favor. Why yellow and orange? Because it's the colors they picked and felt like respecting that for once. So many people complain about me switching colors on players. I'll do that most of the times, but sometimes I just feel like, you know, keeping the same colors. People are going to complain either way, so it doesn't matter. All right. 88 villagers for Classic Pro. 114 for Andy. I like a little variety in my 25-year-old video game. Exactly. So, Classic Pro has come out here for the wood. Andy still has not come out to that island for wood, by the way. He is just taking this wood over here. And I don't think there's not a lot left, to be honest. It's like 5k wood over there. He can come forward and take this stuff. And he's clearing up this neighbor from Classicpro, so that's a really good job from Andy. As Classicpro tries to sell food he doesn't have for more gold. He also has a lot of food in his TCs because he has to queue up more villas because he keeps losing them over and over and over again. Since the last time we checked the Eco KD, Andy has killed 60 villagers. 60. Like 6-0. It's insane. I don't know what the issue is, but needless to say, I am outraged. I know. These galleons have 98 kills. Wow. Relics are out for Classicpro. Ooh. Is he moving them? Or did he have two separate monasteries? Where's the other relic? He's moving them. Okay. So the other monastery was probably over here. And he's moving them to this monastery, which is a little safer than the previous one. 39 halbs, no navy for Classicpro, 71 villagers, and he's losing more and more villagers as we speak. I mean, where's the hope? Right? I don't think it's there anymore. Also, what a great champion switch for Andy. He made one longsword. Huge, dude. Absolutely massive, bro. All of that res. So worth it. He just wanted the Eastern Swordsman back? Yeah. All right, Andy. You can go for a wonder victory. You can get villagers up here. Looks like he's going to go chop on Classicpro's side instead because he's definitely running out of wood. He's got a little bit of wood over here, 1,500. He's got a little bit of wood over here, probably like 1,000, 1,200, something like that. And then he's got random trees on his island. But other than that, there's not a lot. And you kind of need wood. Andy scouted the northern island. Yeah, he's got an idea that that's up there. But he doesn't see any res on it. He also scouted the southern one. And he's about to find out that there's a lot of wood here. So this might be his wake-up call. He sees Classicpro over there. Chopping the wood. And instantly a dock up here. However, he might not realize that Classicpro has 2 fires up here either. So maybe he loads up 20 villas in a transport ship. He did get dry dock. And they go down. Who knows? This is such a weird game, man. Like, oh, man. How does Classicpro win this? Just by Andy being dumb? Wonder Victory was the play. You can only go for Wonder Victory if you have water control. I think Andy wins this one either way, right? Wonder Victory or no. Just if he plays standard, he wins. He's trying to make transports up here to get to the wood. His wood is almost fully chopped on his home island. But he is controlling the water, and he's going to be able to clear this navy, I think. Frido, I think you need to touch some grass, brother. It's just you. Andy's shutting everything down. He's going to make sure that his transports are 100% safe. Send the villagers over. Take the wood. Classic Pro is now in danger of running out of wood, even though he was out to that island first. Man, he still has just been unable to get his villager count up above 100. Still only at 82 because Andy just keeps slaughtering these vills. It's 182 villager kills for Andy. And this just kind of feels like just a never-ending struggle for Classic Pro. It's only a matter of time before these helps get cleared. The walls come up from Andy. The Navy comes over. Halbs are not very useful up against galleons. These could be nice, though. Classic Pro trying to get a raid of his own. Jeez, man, this game. I don't know. Water map, ... I mean, Classic Pro not resigning is just it's because Andy's not pushing. Andy could be risking a lot more and pushing a lot more aggressively here. Especially earlier, but he's not. I know there's a lot of water map hate out there, but like, this map generation, in my opinion, is better than Arabia. That's a hot take, I know. But like this specific one, this HyperRandom one. I'm not saying Islands is better than Arabia. I don't believe that. But this one wasn't bad. You start with the Siege Workshop, you know. It's limited gold. You have the islands you have to control as well. I don't mind these late game wood scenarios at all. Like, it makes you think, right? You have to play towards your win conditions. And you may have multiple win conditions. And you definitely have a loose condition. Islands is more fun in team games. Team Islands is really good. I like Team Islands a lot. Especially in team games. I am still confused as to why Classic Pro hasn't resigned. Andy is just slowly, with his relic generation and selling from the market, slowly teching into champion. Very slowly taking the champion. Hey! Classic Bro's up above 100 bills. Yo, let's go, dude. Classic Pro finally up over 100 bills once more. I think these are the... I'm not certain if they can affect this. I believe they can. But I think these relics are also generating a little bit faster than normal relics. Because if we look at that, that is a faster generation than just 2 relics, right? GG. It looked like a faster generation. I know some maps can do that. So I'm assuming that's random as well. And that probably kept both players in the game for a little bit longer. Anyway, good job from Andy. Unexpected after that early imp push failed. But Classic Pro could never really get anything going, right? Andy had the walls. Andy went to Navy. He went to Galleon first. Obviously, Kelk Galleons don't get Bracer, which is a problem. And then the landing over here was probably ill-advised, right? If you put all that res into more ships, maybe. Maybe it would have worked out for Classic Pro. Who knows? Maybe some better raids with the woads. Who knows? Gold collected actually similar. And it was more wood collected for Classic Pro too. I hate this game so much. People make it look so easy. They do, don't they? Hate people. People suck. 2-1 for Andy. And they're right in again. Damn. Chinese against Bulgarians. So for anyone that's not familiar, this is a best of 5. It's all played on the HyperRandom map, and there's no Civ draft or anything. Civs are just random. It's all luck, dude. Chinese are a really great civ on HyperRandom because you could start with, you know, ton of food underneath your TC. You could also start with no food underneath your TC, so it could be brutal. You could start with a 2 TC or a 3 TC start, which with Chinese would be amazing. Bulgarians could also be okay, though. We'll see. 20 seconds left until we're in. Thank you for the follows, everyone. Appreciate it. If Chinese civ splits, do you think one of them will still have the same Ville start? I hope they keep this Chinese as like a dynasty or something. Oh, yes, dude. Fatoria start. My favorite start. They start with a Fatoria, and then they have Greek commander tents as well. So plenty of population space. This will be insane for the Chinese, right? You get instant food generation. 22 seconds of idle TC time for Classicpro only. He still hasn't even gotten Loom, which is weird that he didn't get that right off the rip, but this will help his TC produce really, really fast. Other things on the map that we're looking at, gold looks like there's a lot of it. Stone looks like there's a lot of it as well. The rhinos have 554 and 167 food on them. Got a few sheep around here, and then the berries have 72 food on them as well. You also start with a helb, yep. Start with a helb, so that could be strong. Some rhinos over on the sides, and then we also have the oysters. So these can be fished by fishing ships, and they give you gold. Nice little oysters. Sparkly. In terms of actual fish, there's a bit of food on this map for fish. It's not, you know, a ton, but it's enough to go for docks if you scout it early. The question is kind of like, what sort of insane build do you want to go for with that Fatoria? And also, you need to make sure that you protect your Fatoria because it's forward. If someone pushes that early, you could lose a big chunk of your eco, right? I have seen Fatorias get converted as well. Now, the Chinese can't convert, but the Bulgarians can. So maybe Andy is going to go try and convert his opponent's Fatoria. I think that happened in T91. I think his Fatoria got converted in a mega random start. There was also that sick game. I don't know if it was Titans League or maybe it was something else. Fortified Clearing with Doubt and Tato, where they converted the same Fatoria back 3 times. Andy converted it. The Andy knows the tech, dude. Stone wall your Fatoria can't be converted. A lot of stone, though. But I guess you're getting stone. So Fatoria starts just make really unlikely builds more likely, right? Like a straight fast castle. Little bit more likely with Fatoria. A faster imp. Little bit more likely with Fatoria. Maybe a 17 pop up with Chinese. Little bit more likely with Fatoria as Andy goes for the fish. And Classicpro is already on the way to Feudal Age, which is insane. And I think Classicpro might just be going fast castle. Maybe. He's got a lot of gold. He could go for a market. He could buy a couple hundred food. Maybe sell the stone. Like, Classicpro, you know you have 450 gold in the bank, right? You don't need a mining camp. I want my games to have this start every time. I thought about making a tournament with a Fatoria start maps. I think it would be cool. I think it would be neat. I would watch. Yeah, but you watch anything. You're here. Regularly. Yep. And got him, guys. Market Blacksmith, and that is a 18 villager castle age click for Classic Pro, it looks like, with this Fatoria. That is absolutely beautiful for him. Andy will get to the feudal age as well, though, and Andy has 2 fishing ships. So Andy's actually not too far behind. Nice builds for both. This thing just helps so much, man. Also, Andy already has enough stone, basically, to drop a Crepos right away in the castle age if he wants to. Has he discovered the Fatoria from Classic Pro? He has not. Classic Pro's seen the one from Andy, and Classic Pro can maybe buy himself some stone. Like a forward castle or forward... whatever the fuck it is. I just literally said the word from Bulgarians. Crepos. Could lock down this Fatoria and kill it, which would be huge. I'm getting old, dude. I'm past 32. My best years are behind me, not gonna lie. Can't even remember the name for Crepos that I just said 5 seconds ago. Can't even remember it. Fatoria reduced the advantage of Chinese Star. Yeah. It also makes it feel really smooth, though. When did you peak? 7. I was the dopest 7-year-old you've ever seen, dude. Crazy. I was living life in the fast lane, man. That's right. Converting Fatoria is a play? It is. It is indeed. And it's definitely going to be a Crepos. And Andy's looking for this Fatoria. He's looking for it. His eye is fixed on it. And he's going to find it. Uh-oh. Oh, no, dude. What the... No, bro. Not like this. Not like this, dude. Oh, there it is. Okay. Crepos coming up. Monastery is on the way from Andy. It's definitely redemption, and then he makes the Crepos to protect the monk. He's going to try and convert the Fatoria. He doesn't want to kill it. He wants it. He wants it for himself. And Classic Pro doesn't have redemption, so he can't convert it back. And Classic Pro, once again, 2 TCs. So, good luck. Maybe you can counterbalance the Fatoria if you delete this one. Maybe you can counterbalance that with the 3 TC eco and by taking out Andy's fish potentially, which he hasn't even done yet. But I don't know, man. TC forward from Andy on the stone. Interested in more stone. Redemption is on the way, and it's a singular monk for Andy. It's just one. Come on. All right, Classic Pro. Time to hit the oh shit button. Time to hit that delete, brother. It feels bad, but it's time. He didn't get atonement. The Fatoria is being converted, and the Fatoria needs to be deleted. Now, that will open up 20 pop space for Classic Pro, but it also means that he's not getting any food in right now, and he's only got 2 on food currently. Great play from Andy. Very predictable play as well with the Fatoria being forward. Classic Pro already has a relic inside. Remember, this is standard victory, so if you get all the relics, you can win. But looks like there's 2 relics over here too, so it's going to be really tough for anyone to grab all 4. Another relic there from Classic Pro. Andy's going to go for a dock on the other side here, and Andy's actually going to convert this dock too. Damn. Convert the monastery? You can't convert monasteries. It's monasteries, castles, TCs. And heroes. Can't convert them. And wonders. And Crepos? And walls. Okay. Okay. All right. A lot of things you can't... End gates. You can't convert a lot of things, okay? But there's most things you can. Can you convert a Krepos is my question. Has anyone ever tried? Oh my god. Classicpro. Classicpro going for the castle. He needs to keep this mangonel as far away from this castle foundation as possible. He knows Andy has redemption. Right, like Andy's going to convert a few villagers here. They're going to be very annoying. And Andy actually has the villager lead now because of it. As he waits for this ram to come out. And Andy is going to disrupt the fishing eco, what little fishing eco there is from Classicpro. But Classicpro has the castle here. Andy will need to retreat from this TC. That's actually a good response there from Classicpro. And Andy's going to have to think about what else he wants to do, right? Can he pressure somewhere else with a Krepos? Is he going to make more rams? Don't know. Over here with the Krepos could be great, right? You shut down the farming eco, which I think is the most vulnerable part of Classicpro's eco right now. Can you change the colors to red and blue? Nope, not this set. Sorry, bud. We have decided to run this set on orange and yellow. When I say we, I mean me. Buildings now being converted from Andy. This is so brutal for Classicpro. That's the market that's going to go down. The blacksmith as well, and the Krepos here to shut down this side of his base. Andy, maybe not the best spot for a Krepos, but converting the buildings is great. Classicpro trying to be sneaky, maybe? Maybe looking for a dock over here? Maybe looking for a forward siege workshop of his own or something? Maybe looking to kill the Fatoria from Andy? I don't know, man. I don't know what these guys are up to. TC from Andy on the other side of the Fatoria. If Classicpro gets a few rams here, maybe he can kill that. He can't convert it because he doesn't get redemption. Why no stable and light cap for Classicpro? Because he didn't have the food eco, bro. Like, he started with 3 TCs, and he didn't have a single farm when the 3rd TC went up. He's just now getting the farms up. More houses being converted by Andy. Andy is controlling a lot of the buildings in Classicpro's base, and it is a siege workshop, dude. Oh, man. So he's going to try and kill that Fatoria. The question is, like, how many rams do you need? 3? Probably 3. By the time Andy realizes it's under attack and he goes to kill with the villagers, I think 3 is too many to stop it. But then it's like, how much is that Fatoria really worth to you in terms of total investment? Andy's pushing forward again for another Krepos. If it goes right here, Classicpro is not going to have any food eco at all. He's trying to block this off with houses as Andy looks for the perfect Krepos spot, and he just fits it right in there. That is an amazing Krepos. Not only does it range 2 TCs, it's the farming eco that's brutal. Andy also giving some villagers away. Or sorry, Classicpro giving some villagers away in conversions. So far this game, Andy has a lot of conversions. He's got 10. Feels like more. Definitely feels like more. Rams are being built. What would we call this? Like Operation... I don't even know. Would have to be something really dumb. Operation Ramrod. Ramrod is good. Operation Equalize. That's a good one, actually. I like that one a lot. Operation Equalize. It's 4. He's going for 4. Oh, boy. And it's just out of sight, too. Like, how quick... I don't think Andy can stop this. I don't think he really can. But at the same time, can Classic Pro really stop whatever's happening over here? Here they come. Operation Equalize. Spearheaded by the Ramrod unit. Coming in for the Fatoria. Andy sees it. He sees it. He garrisoned the TC. That's not going to do anything against these Rams. He garrisoned the TC because the Chukanu came over at the same time. Oh my god. Yo, Classic Pro could wipe all of Andy's eco. Everything here. He could wipe it all. With these Rams and the Chukanu combination, the Fatoria goes down. Andy is not pushing hard enough over here. Maybe not. There's another Krepost. All of these TCs could die. Andy needs to shift all of his eco forward here, I think. If the Chukanu get in the Rams, this TC can die. All of this stuff can die. What a sick push from Classic Pro. However, on the other side, everything's dying here too. And Andy is sending his eco over to Classic Pro's base. The problem for Classic Pro is that he doesn't have anywhere to run. Andy's got spots to run, notably the other side of the map. Where does Classic Pro go as he chases this Mangonel away with one Ram? Also, Scorpion's behind here. Andy's got outposts over here. He's going to see if Classic Pro leaves. He's going to track this stuff, too. He's got a Conic already over on this side. Classic Pro trying to escape with the Vills. Chukanu's still pushing in here. What a game, dude. What a game. This one's really, really sick. Good split there from Classic Pro. Andy tries to go for a desperation TC. Classic Pro could see that, though. He's going to see this, and this is a disaster. Oh, no. 66 Vills for Classic Pro. 61 for Andy, but look at this. Look at this. Andy sees one villager, and where there's one villager, there might be more, too. Even the lion getting involved. Oh, no. Come on, Andy. Right over here, buddy. He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. Oh, Classic Pro getting really lucky there. Really, really lucky. Andy going for another TC over here. Classic Pro now going... Face trade. Classic Pro now going for a TC over on this side. And he's hunting down the Vills. Oh my goodness. What on earth is this, dude? Both Andy and Classic Pro are building up stone. Andy, I think, goes for a Krepost up here. Classic Pro might go for a castle. And Andy initially thought of a Krepost there. He didn't realize this TC was here, apparently. Get some good shots with the Mangonels. That really helps. And now Classic Pro has to go for the castle in a really defensive position if he wants it. Like up on this hill, probably. Which feels so bad. Meanwhile, another TC being built here from Andy. This TC is almost up from Classic Pro. All of this stuff is being wiped from Andy. Don't worry, he's got 170 pop space, though. The house is going down is no big deal. And another Krepost from Andy. Oh, my goodness. What on earth, dude? How many? 6. And one is about to die there. 6 Krepost already from Andy. No Fatorias anymore. They're already dead. It's going crazy. Ram's still hunting for something left to kill, but it's a ghost town over here on Andy's former side of the map. Another TC there from Andy. Remember, Classic Pro still has this. He managed to save 18 villagers. The problem for Classic Pro is definitely gold. Like, these 2 castles are protecting this, and there's a lot of gold there. There's 7,000 gold there. But it feels like Andy can still kind of range this. If he makes a Krepost right here, that gold is cooked, right? Maybe Classic Pro can run out this way. There's gold over here. Maybe he can run to the middle. He's got the Chukanu here. Rams. on the hunt. They've done 20k damage. He has gold on Andy's side. True. He does have gold over here. That is true. Yeah. Is Andy going to castle drop this? Is he going to Krepos drop? He sees the Rams. Fuck. Andy. No. He doesn't care. He's sending the Conics over. He doesn't care. You got to wall off these Rams, brother. Something. Conics are going to take him out, but they'll do a lot of damage to this Krepos. Might even kill it before it's up. Villagers now engaging. Andy's trying to block the Rams. He's done a wonderful job so far. And the gold will be denied over here because the Chukanu can't deny this Krepos in time. Damn, dude. What a game. What a game. That's TC number 4 going out from Classicpro. And he still doesn't realize this stuff is over here. Classicpro can get to the island, but at the same time, Andy's got Navy, right? So he's like a little bit nervous about it. And I don't know if he's seen the gold. He hasn't seen the gold on the island. He doesn't know. If he saw that gold, 100% he's out there. All he sees is a little bit of wood. Classicpro exploring a little bit over here. He's finding the smoke monkeys. But that's it. And Andy clearing up this TC. So gold. Still quite a bit for Classicpro. It's 4,100. Still quite a bit. Little bit on the clock, though. Be nice if Andy could grab these relics, too. I mean, Classicpro has already got 1,200 gold. I think these relics might be collecting a little bit faster on average, too. And wow, Imperial Age on the way from this TC, dude. From this TC. The only one he has left. The only TC he has left. This is like TC number 6 or 7 now. And Andy is going to find this. Classicpro goes for a castle over here, but there's mangonels. There's mangonels from Andy. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. There's mangonels from Andy over here. Hang on a second. Classicpro. It's going to lose some bills. The mangonels won't be in time to deny Imp, unfortunately, but they will probably be in time to deny this castle. Classicpro will see that Krepos coming up. Mangonels kind of delay the castle a little bit. Andy's still trying to kill Vills, and the Krepos is up here, and that's a lot of losses there for Classicpro. He can't build that anymore. Andy now knows where a big part of Classicpro's eco is. And the gate's coming out from Andy. Villagers are dying. It's 65% on that castle. It ain't going up, dude. The Conics are here, too. Unfortunately, Andy just discovered this a little bit too late, right? That was the MTC. So Imp is in from Classicpro. Ballistic's now on the way for Andy to help his Krepos. Classicpro's eco is still not great. 72 villagers only. Man, this is such a fun game. This is like one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. And Andy is bringing the relic forward. No! Andy, not like this, dude. Don't bring it forward. Oh. John Slow, thank you for the raid, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tara. Hope you had fun casting the Valhalla qualifiers. Rams now on the way from Andy to clear up all this stuff. Wants to get rid of this foundation and this TC, if possible. We are casting HyperRandom right now, John Slow viewers, and we are in the middle of an insane game. Andy started over here. They both started with a Phaetoria. Andy went to convert the Phaetoria of Classicpro, which he deleted. Then Andy Krepos rushed, but then Classicpro went for a Ram Chukanu push and killed the Phaetoria and the entire base from Andy. And then he went Imp in this TC that Andy just didn't see by one tile. It was it's been a journey. It's been a journey for sure. But Classic Pro is an imp, Andy is not. And that's the problem for Andy right now. Classic Pro definitely has a dwindling gold supply as well. There's 1,800 left on that. Nice attack from Andy. Big shots from the Mangonel, especially against an opponent with Bracer. Really, really sick. And Andy goes for another Krepos over here. He still hasn't cleared up these vills. He still hasn't cleared up the vills. He'll take out the market while losing his own market at the same time, which is annoying for both. And the Conics are coming in. However, the Chukanu should be able to deal with those. Even +2 Conics. Chukanu with Bracer. Could be fine. Andy will now go for another Krepos to try and deny this castle. Could this be castle denial number 2? The TC is under attack over here. It's another Krepos from Andy on the other side. But right now we're focusing over here. Andy is attempting to go for a Krepos to deny another castle from Classic Pro. And he does it! Classic Pro has to retreat. Andy now making another TC on his own base. Still on stone. We look at stone collected this game. I mean, it should be ridiculous, right? It's actually not. He's just saving so much with Krepos. Plus, he had the Fatorial. 63 villas from Classic Pro. 104 villagers from Andy. Classic Pro still doesn't know about this gold. Or the stone up here. So he thinks he's just completely out of gold. There's oysters you can take, which he's taking right now. But he thinks he's really on the clock for gold. Classic Pro trying to come out for this castle again. Onyx coming back here to clear the villagers. They survived for a very long time, but Andy does take care of them. And Andy's got 106 vills. Although he's on the run. That number might change really quick here. He is on the run. Does take out a few villagers here from Classic Pro. 61 villagers only from Classic Pro. But the question is, like, how are you taking out these Rams? He might find an opportunity here. The Chukanu are way out of position. If he just goes out, if he just goes for the Trebs right now, he could maybe kill them. He just got Devotion as well. Classic Pro is out of position with his Chukanu. He's all the way over here. These Trebs are very valuable to him. The Monk actually does get a conversion, even with Devotion in. That's amazing. And the Conics are able to take out 2 Trebs, maybe a third. But Classic Pro still has 2 alive, and he's got all of these Chukanu. Another Krepos just being built by Andy, belligerently. Doesn't care. He just doesn't care. Classic Pro still doesn't know about this. And how much gold does he have left over? Still 1,000, man. These gold piles had so much gold on them. Andy just needs to keep holding and holding and holding until Classic Pro runs out of gold. And he's afraid to click up to Imp because it's such a big investment. You click up to Imp, and it feels like Classic Pro can just kill you, right? Does anyone know about the island res? Andy does not either. Andy has no idea. Now, Classic Pro knows there's some oysters there he can take for gold. But yeah. Okay, so Classic Pro goes for another castle behind his other castle foundation. Might want to delete that, bro. Might want to delete that one. We're very good against the Rams, and he does actually delete it and get the stone back. As Andy continues to add vills. His eco at home is still not great. He's still got a lot of eco over here. A lot of villagers, but not a lot on food, right? A lot of villagers just like repairing or building or whatever. It kind of seems like Andy needs to run back to his side. And he's doing it right now, but even if you run, like, you need some sort of counterattack. You need to get in on the eco from Classicpro over here, maybe. Res collected is evil is equal. Yep. It's also evil. I think Classicpro wins this game. I think he wins this game, folks. He's held long enough against Andy. The push over here with the Rams and the Chukunu was insane. It was so good. Bree, thank you for the 36, man. Welcome back. And Andy is going to start to lose a lot of his stuff over here, too. He's still in Castle H. This has been a really good set. A really, really good set. The first game was a little bit meh. But ever since then, super solid. Rocketry coming in for the Chukunu. Classicpro. Almost out of gold. Almost out of gold. There is gold over here, though. 2,000 gold over here if he can take back that position. Maybe allocate a few Chukunu to come over and secure this area. Got to take out the Skrepos as well. He's actually... No, never mind. He's not thinking about gold access long-term for himself. He's thinking about just killing Andy at the moment. Unfortunately for him, this Chukunu is not on the same page and would rather dance instead of fighting in the war. And that actually might have screwed him so bad. The villagers are just now building the castle. It's 23 HP on the castle foundation. Andy, it's 23 HP, brother. It's 23 HP, dude. Come on. What a spot to sit with these Chukunu, though. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. With rocketry, those Chukunu just sitting in there in that little gap between the tree and the wall. Andy deleted it too late. Classicpro absolutely farming everything. 27 kills on these, and Andy can't do anything about it. This castle is going to go up regardless. It actually turns out better for Classicpro that that one didn't go up. This is a better position over here. Meanwhile, Classicpro trying to clear up this stuff. He's got 0 on gold right now. Needs to shift all of these folks over to this gold. Andy trying to get value wherever he can, but with rocketry in, these Chukunu are just deadly, dude. Absolutely deadly against a Castle Age opponent. And Classicpro goes over to the gold, so he's going to get gold again. 85 villagers for him. It's still 118 for Andy, but he's still in the Castle Age. Andy just had to make it to Imp. Yeah, but it's like really tough, dude. I don't think there was any point here where Andy could have just comfortably clicked up to Imp. It would have been really uncomfortable. GG called. Game 5 upcoming. Like, I think he would have died if he clicked up to Imp. If you think about how much delay he was providing just with the Conics and with the Krepos and everything, I don't know. What an amazing game, though. We'll remember that one for a while. Holy. Super, super solid. So this is Masters of HyperRandom 2, folks. It's a great tournament going on now. We also had a lot of other divisions. I lost 3-0 against Eladushek. I told T90 I was going to get revenge for him for his loss against Eladushek in All Visible Cup. And I didn't. A lot of other people have lost. Not just me. But we're going on to game 5. If you're interested in this tournament, I'll be casting a lot of HyperRandom games coming up. And there's also a prize pool donation link on there. I gave $1,000 to the prize pool of this because I think it's a really cool tournament. And the last one was amazing. But we are definitely accepting future donations if you feel like it. Okay, Mr. Moneybags. All right. Any other moneybags? I got to restart the game because I failed to load the next one, but they are in already. It's going to be Spanish again for Classicpro. So this is the second try with Spanish. He got it on the first game, and then he didn't notice that there was a pond with fish in it. So he got absolutely punished. Magadite, thank you for the gifted sub, man. And it's going to be Vikings for Andy. Oh, man, if this isn't a water map, Andy is cooked. He is cooketh. If this is a land map, oh, no. I mean, maybe. It's basically like Arabia. I don't even know what's going on here. Vikings against Spanish. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how much res they have. 236 food on this elephant. Looks like we're going to have 211 on these water buffaloes. So lots of food available there from the herdables. And then we have 351 on this elephant. And each of the deer has almost 200 food as well. Not a lot of stone, though. Maybe at the back? Okay, there's a lot of stone at the back. If I'm Classicpro, I am thinking full wall, fast castle, conquistador. And what does the Viking player do against me? Especially with the amount of food on these herdables. The 2 elephants. The 267 food on the fruit bushes. And the amount of food on the deer. Like, this is definitely something you can get away with a fast castle from. Looks like they start with an Amazon warrior. And she's just galloping along there. Meanwhile, Andy, he's got a little bit of a better map setup, actually, than Classicpro. If you're looking at the food supply, anyway. The deer are at the back here. The gold is forward, which kind of sucks. And that's 14k gold. Oh, my God. But the main stone is back. And there's actually another berry bush back there, if you can see that. I don't know if he's spotted that yet. Yeah, he probably won't. Probably won't look at there. In terms of relics, it looks like we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is standard victories, so if you collect all 5, the countdown will begin. What can Vikings do? I mean, if they go archers, if they go feudal pressure, and it looks like Andy actually wants to go for a drush here. If they go feudal pressure, archers, you know, force the Spanish player to invest in feudal age, and maybe kick them off stone earlier, could be really, really solid. I think that is a worthwhile trade there for Andy. Once again, Classicpro has come in with his starting unit, and he's traded it 1-for-1 against a villager. But that is an 8-attack starting unit with 45 HP. Like, that is something that you should at least get 2 villager kills with if it's going to die. And now, Classicpro has no vision on whatever Andy wants to do here with this barracks. Plus, Andy's going to have this unit to support whatever he's making from the barracks. So, have you ever seen a pro game win by wonder in 1v1? Yep, I have. There's a couple tournaments that had standard victory. It's been a while, though, but I have seen it. All right, so Andy doesn't click up yet. Classicpro is actually the first one up. And Andy still hasn't clicked up. Gotta wonder, like, what's the plan? Did he initially think something with a drush could work, and then he realized that his opponent lost the Amazon warrior, so he's adapting now? Or, like, I don't know. Looks like he's trying to drop off food. And he's finally on the way up to feudal age. But about a minute and a half behind his opponent. And he is countering the FC with an FC. I mean, 21 pop? I know there's a lot of deer here, but I don't think this is an FC, bro. And he can see the barracks now from Classicpro, and he's about to see the uptime, so that'll tell him that it's definitely not an FC from Classicpro. Trying to stall out this villager as much as he can. He's the Amazon warrior. She's coming in. She looked dangerous. And he sees the stable. 2 militia here from Andy. Now, obviously, it's hard to have, like, builds. Everything is adaptation on HyperRandom, but this doesn't seem that clean here from Andy. Like, normally, if this was on Arabia or whatever, I'd say he scuffed his build, right? But there is no real builds here. It's all adaptation. That's what's so entertaining about it. Little late for militia. Once again, I would say he scuffed his build. Still, with this Amazon warrior involved, the militia demand a little bit more respect, right? Loom now coming in for Andy. The scouts can't engage because this Amazon warrior is here. And this random villager is coming forward from Classicpro. What? What are we doing? Is he going to go Spanish archers at the back? Imagine, dude. Imagine. What can he see? Set up here? Spanish archers. He can see that Andy is hunting this stuff. They watch too much T90? Bro, I remember people going Spanish archers on Voobly. Forget who it was, but I have a vivid memory. And T90 would probably remember the game. Of someone setting up double range at the very back of someone's fully walled base. This might be a mistake, dude. He didn't put a foundation over top of the crocodile. Andy is going out to wall. It is going to be Spanish archers, and I don't think Andy's going to notice this body over here, but he is sending a spearman. Does the spearman see the range? Oh, no, dude, he saw it. He saw the range. He brought a spearman over so he could scout to see where he needed to wall. And now he's going to see an archery range back here. I don't think Andy fully realizes that the range is back there yet. He's still walling off here. But I'm not sure that he's noticed this thing. Meanwhile, he's got bigger fish to fry, I guess, at the moment. He's got scouts coming in. His drush thing over here isn't really working out. And the archers are going to come in. I don't know if Andy even saw that. It might just be something so completely unexpected that his eyes saw it, but his brain glazed over it. Who knows? Archers are coming back here, so maybe he did. Maybe he did. He just wants to complete the wall here. And he finds the villagers, so he definitely saw it. So villager dead. Just a singular archery range here from Classicpro. Scouts running into the spearman. Not great from Classicpro. He just lost 2 scouts. This could have been so good. But good scouting from Andy. Great defense from Andy. And it's actually okay for him. Plus he's had wheelbarrow this whole time. He's been in feudal age, right? Which is nice. Doesn't mean he has more res collected. That honor goes to Classicpro still because of so much idle time. But still. Really nice from Andy. Nice hits on the scout too. Militia got through. The militia did get through. The Amazon warrior is still there with 8 attack. And now Andy goes to the woodline. And suddenly it's Classicpro without the archery range at home trying to deal with this crap. He needs to be respectful of this. Because this unit has a lot of attack.
17 months of bald.
Palamo, thank you for the 17. Appreciate it. That should be a dead vill. Meanwhile, over here, archers being countered to some extent. Still no fletching for Andy. But he did kill a villager over here, and he's on the way to the castle. Castle age, excuse me, I got the hiccup. On the way to the castle. I got the hiccups, dude. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No fletching really not working out here for Andy. Good micro there from Classicpro. The Spanish archers are actually doing damage here as he kills all the archers. However, Andy has skirmishers now. He's got skirms. Fletching did come in. So, although the army got cleared up defensively, he wasn't able to kill any villagers. And it's still only one range here for Classicpro. It's a very annoying range, but it's still only one. Are you drunk, David? No. No, I'm not. Are you? Classicpro nowhere near Castle Age. I read that as Castle Pro, nowhere near Classic Age. My best years are behind me, not gonna lie, guys. NGL. Skirmisher's still here. Stable means that there's a knight coming out. Andy should be able to deal with this. The question now is, what is the plan for Andy? And it looks like it's going to be a forward siege workshop. Classicpro is thinking about Castle Age. And another question is, like, does Classicpro want to go for a castle? Is it too late? If you get to Castle Age this far behind your opponent, is it too late? I don't think it is. Because you haven't seen a lot of archer numbers. You haven't even seen, like, any archer numbers because you know the skirmishers have been coming out for Andy. I think going to the stone back here and not here, brother, is probably a wise decision. And Classicpro has actually sent 5 villagers out to stone, but it's the stone at the front. What's the freaking plan, D? Tristan, please tell me you saw the last game and remembered the time that Andy converted your Factoria, because I think that was you. I didn't see the beginning. Okay. Well, he almost got it. That's a lot of vills. That's a lot of vills. Unfortunately, the archer range was forward, and Classicpro won't be able to get through this wall, and this actually works out in Andy's favor, big time. This is a lot of idle time, man. You have 5 villagers attacking like this? Like, Andy, almost, if you're Andy, almost just delete this wall, go quick wall again somewhere over here. Siege Workshop being built again. Think he can finish it this time. More knights on the way. Question for me is, like, does he go Scorpions or whatever? But, I mean, Classicpro has actually shifted more villagers back here. And he stalled this out long enough to get enough stone to get to Castle Age and drop a defensive castle. Conquistadors still kill? Yeah, they kill everything. You could also go for some cav archers back here. He made Spanish cav archers the first time he played Spanish in this set. He can make them again. If he has the res, which he definitely doesn't have at the moment. Castle coming up from Classicpro. This gold is still fairly exposed. If Andy were to bring siege over here. Fortunately for Classicpro, the Viking monk tech tree is not very good, and Andy would usually probably default into monks against conks. But at this point, he might just add eco and try and go like crossbows or skirms or something. That's a lot of weak fills. That is a lot of weak fills. The knights are here. Classicpro is going to lose villagers. That's 3 villagers down. Conquistador trying to take out the Scorpion. There's another villager down. Great raid there from Andy. 49 villagers plus wheelbarrow and handcart for him. And it's only 40 for Classicpro. But Classicpro has the Conquistadors. I think Andy's done a lot of good damage here, though. Like, if Andy goes into skirms now, and maybe some monks, could be really good for him, right? Gotta plug that hole? Yep. Yeah, this one's a problem. I think you can be pretty sure that there's not a lot more knights coming your way, though. Like, Classic Pro will know that Andy is adding eco now. And he's probably not making knights with Vikings. He's probably going into skirms or crossbows, right? God, that Prisma game from earlier against Winchester was so ridiculous. My man had 75 crossbows when he got to Imp. And then he didn't make a... He waited like 10 minutes to make a treb. Trying to take out buildings with crossbows. Kind of soured me on the whole Viking experience, you know? He thought he was Saracen. If he was Saracens, Winchester would have died. University coming up for Andy. 2 monks should be enough to push away these conks so he can build up some more crossbows. And the monks are coming over. So the conks might be able to snipe a Ville, but I think they just need to run away. The last thing you want to do is lose half of your army. Very expensive army. It's inside your opponent's base. So Classic Pro is going to leave. Andy will have time to get the university up. Classic Pro doesn't leave. He actually goes after the monks. He misses the one, gets one conk converted. And Andy is still in the process of getting ballistics, getting vodka arrows. So a little bit aggressive there from Classic Pro, but it works out. Meanwhile, over here, Andy trying to convert another Conquistador. Still trying to mass up his crossbows. And also attempting to make another TC. That's his 4th TC. Good damage thus far from Classic Pro. Is it enough? Don't know. Ballistics is in. So Classic Pro is going to have some serious problems. And Andy wisely going for stone walls over here too. Not going to let this guy go. So Classic Pro now goes for a Siege Workshop. Conquistadors, Mangonels, or Rams maybe to push this with another castle forward this time. Could be a real possibility, but we look at the stone from Andy. 900 stone in the bank almost. I'm not sure a 6-villager castle, even with Spanish, is going to cut it. Sorry, 7 villagers is going to cut it against what Andy has in defense. And I believe that Andy got Town Watch early, right? So he's going to see this quite quick. And he also has the Scorpion here, so he knows exactly what's happening. He saw the villagers. There's no other reason for those vills to be coming forward than for a castle. Double Conquistador, 2 knights, the crossbows with ballistics. Classic Pro will probably keep him busy with these conks back here, so maybe not enough opportunity to deny the castle if you're Andy, but you're perfectly safe with your own castle right here. The only potential problem for Andy could be lack of gold. That is a lot of gold there that Classic Pro is now controlling with that castle position. How much is that? 10.5k. Nope. 10k. Plus this one, too. And there's only 4k on this. However, Andy foresees this difficulty. He's going to use the market a ton, sell his stone, and click up to Imperial Age. And he's also finding these conks. Might be a bad situation, though. Might be a bad situation. The conks are getting close. The crossbows might go down. Andy, not good. Classic Pro is pushing in. 1 TC for Classic Pro. 56 villagers against 91 from Andy. Does Andy see the neutral golds? He might. He knows about this one. Maybe he could sneak out there. I think it's worth a shot. You pull the like these vills or something. You sneak out this way and you go to this gold. I think it's definitely worth a shot. First, you got to deal with this stuff, though. Monk's Garrison inside the TC. Lots of exposed villagers over here. Lots more villagers still for Andy. Res collected is insane. 6K ahead for Andy. And the conversions are trying to come in. Classicpro gets 2 conks converted, and now it's 4 conquistadors for Andy, and the imp time is just going to be so nice for him. And Andy is sneaking out with so many villagers. Wow. 22 villagers, and Classicpro has absolutely no idea. This should be the series for Andy. Really well played, honestly. Vikings against Spanish. Got a little bit lucky noticing the archer range down here, but the defense has been pretty solid. Played around losing this gold. Got up to Imperial Age really quickly. And now Classicpro is going to see that imp time and be like, oh my god, what do I even do? He has to go forward with another castle. Like, he really has to press the issue. Because he knows he's behind on eco. He's seen the eco from Andy. He knows he's behind. Obviously, he doesn't know about this. Maybe he feels like he could just keep cutting off this gold from Andy. If that's the case, though, if his win condition is gold, then he has to look elsewhere on the map if there's extra ones. Unfortunately, he doesn't see it at all. He doesn't know. He has no idea there's even extra golds on this map. As far as he knows, the only golds are the ones inside the base. Poor scouting? Yep. I think that's fair. Yeah, poor scouting from Classicpro this series. He lost the first game as Spanish because he didn't see the pawn. He's not seeing the gold here. He is still trying to do some damage here to Andy. And Andy is doing a great job microing around the Conquistador shots. I want to say you can dodge them. Like... Sometimes when you dodge, they hit anyway, you know? Still, castle will die sooner rather than later for Classicpro. Another trebuchet on the way for Andy. Classicpro needs to make conks so he can keep doing damage and hold Andy in, but he also needs to mass res to go up to him at some point, and it's Andy's turn to come forward with a castle. And Classicpro is going to go for a TC right here. Oh no, dude, that's horrible. That's so unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate. Castle's about to die. Castle is about to die from Classicpro, and then what? And then what happens? We don't even know. Only going to be 2 villagers over here, but still. Once Classicpro sees this, he'll know that Andy has escaped. And he's no longer holding him into the corner of the map, and Andy likely has gold as well. GG called. Well played from Andy. What a series, dude. Really solid series. We had that super Long Islands game. Had that amazing game with the Fetorias. We had this game as well, which was super entertaining. Really, really nice. Like I said, Masters of HyperRandom 2 is ongoing right now. All the maps are random. You will never get the same one twice. And the civs are random as well, so it's super fun. Anyway, Andy moves on. I think Classicpro may go down to the losers bracket. We'll have to